I'm Susie Packman, owner of Mito Physical Wellness, doing health and wellness coaching rooted in physical therapy and functional nutrition. Today we're going to talk about protein. Protein's kind of having a moment lately, and you might be wondering, how much do I really need? So there are new dietary guidelines that have increased the recommendations of protein from 0.8 grams per kilogram of body weight to between 1.2 and 1.6 grams per kilogram of body weight. So what does that mean for you in pounds? For a 120-pound person, that is going to be roughly between 65 and 87 grams per day. For a 150-pound person, between 82 and 109 grams per day. And for a 180-pound person, between 98 and 131 grams per day. So that's going to equate to roughly 25 to 40 grams per meal per day, and then supplemental protein intake with snacks if you're on the higher end of that range. So where do you fall on that range? That's going to depend a lot on your activity level, your goals, and your age. So if you're a person who's looking to increase your muscle mass, you're doing resistance training, you're going to want to be at the higher end of those ranges because you cannot build muscle if you are not eating protein. Also, if you are getting older, as you age, you want to combat sarcopenia, which is age-related muscle loss. And as you age, your ability to process protein in your body decreases. You become less efficient, so you need to increase your amount of protein to make sure that your body is able to process enough of it. And as you increase your protein, you want to make sure that you're also increasing your water amount and your fiber amount, and also combining it with whole fruits and vegetables. You want to do this slowly if you're kind of newer to increasing protein, increasing fiber, just to combat any sort of GI upset. So now let's get into, for the foods you're eating, how much protein is in them and how much do you really need. So 3 ounces is roughly the size of your palm. If you have particularly large palms, you might be closer to 4 ounces, but generally speaking, you can just guesstimate standard palm size is about 3 ounces. So 3 ounces of meat or poultry is going to be about 22 or 23 grams of protein, versus 3 ounces of tofu will be about 7 grams of protein. A container of Greek yogurt can range between 14 and 20 grams, just depending on the brand, so that's something to look into. And 1 egg is about 6 grams of protein. Also, there are a bunch of non-animal ways to get protein. And we're going to talk about a cup. 1 cup is roughly the size of your fist if you're just wanting to eyeball it. A cup of cooked quinoa can give you 8 grams of protein. A cup of beans, black beans, chickpeas are always around 15 grams of protein per cup. Edamame can give you 17 grams per cup. And even a cup of broccoli can give you 2 grams of protein, and a cup of cooked spinach can give you 5 grams of protein. So there's a lot of good ways to add protein into your meal aside from just eating animal proteins. Also, there are lots of nuts and seeds that have good protein amounts. 1 ounce is approximately a handful. Again, if you have particularly large palms or you're having an overflowing handful, you're probably closer to 2 ounces. But for 1 ounce of almonds, you can get about 6 grams, peanuts 7 grams per ounce, and most nuts are a similar amount that you can just guesstimate, if 1 ounce will be 5 or 6 grams in general. Pumpkin seeds can be 5 grams per ounce, and hemp hearts or hemp seeds can give you 9 grams of protein per 1 ounce. They're great. I like to throw hemp hearts into yogurt smoothies. I bake with them, and I add flax seeds to add some fiber as well. It's just a great way to increase your protein amounts. So I hope this helps you understand what your protein needs are. Please drop any comments or questions below and I will get back to you. And in general, just listen to your body. If you're increasing too fast and your stomach's upset, slow it down. It does not need to be all at once. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.